big update video. So last you guys saw, we were racing down in Florida, obviously, and had to take a weekend to do some tuning. Where am I racing next? That is the big question. The RV's out of the shop. So today we have to get the car back out of radial mode, basically. You know, last time down in Florida, we were radial racing after the Clettus race. So got to switch everything back over. Gonna take the transmission out, change some things in the converter, and check over everything. Do some maintenance on the motor. Let's see, was there anything else I wanted to tell you guys? No, not really. Not really. Kids are out here running around. So you might see some feral kids running when I'm pulling this transmission, but also don't forget, we just came out with a new design, the 26-inch record design. So make sure you guys go check that out on headsupnoprep.com. I'm running out of the other design, the Haters Made Me Famous design. So if you were looking to get one, make sure you do. We've only got about 25 of those shirts left. I think small to 2XL, maybe. But yeah, none of the odd sizes, basically. So go check that out, headsupnoprep.com, and we'll get started here pulling the transmission. We're going to change the transmission fluid. We're going to drain it. Okay. Which one?
What's that?
That's the transmission fluid.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Why are you cleaning? Why are you cleaning your car, Daddy? Daddy, clean your oil.
Yeah.
You gotta get that cleaning. Daddy, can reach the car. And maybe this one.
Take it back because I'm going to lower it down. What are you doing?
One, two, three.
Yeah? Yeah. These caps are literally the best. Best thing invented. But I don't keep dropping them. The RV's outside. Yeah.
No. No, just that's that off here.
Alrighty. There you have it. Transmission out. It's crazy. I've had this thing since 2016. You're supposed to hook this up before you pull the transmission. What are you doing? What are you doing? Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, you're hitting the wall.
I saw TV o'clock. I can't oh. Daddy, get on.
Oh, it's stuck under there.
Daddy, get it out.
You need it out?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
This is you go out. Out.
There it is.
Don't get it.
Okay.
Don't get it. Don't get it down.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's not going anywhere.
That was close.
What happened?
Well, it wasn't that close, but so I saw a big pack of, I don't know, some type of big birds flying above me, and then they went away.
Yeah?
But I have something else to do.
My God. Daddy did it.
You got it? thing's not light. One of the downfalls still having a lockup. It's so much heavier, so much more rotating mass. And everyone thinks it's the bee's knees. That's a lot of fluid. What are you doing, Kaden?
I can't find it.
You're what?
Here's the title.
What are you doing?
There. I didn't like that.
That's where your race car went?
We remember which car went out over there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep taking this converter apart. Gosh, that training fluid smells horrible. Oh boy, we got a mess going. Oh. Oh. Precision pouring. Wow, this thing is heavy. I'd say that train floor is toast. It smells so bad. If only you could smell it. All right, so I didn't show you guys last time, but this is the lockup setup. This is a piston. When air or fluid goes down through here, this piston pushes up against all these clutches. That's what locks the flywheel side. So basically this is where your flywheel bolts, obviously, flex plate, to the input shaft permanently. So these lockup clutches grip on teeth down here, which locks this to the input shaft, and then you are fully locked to the flex plate. No slippage, no slippage. Kaden, what do you think? He's not talking. Messy. Messy job. Gosh.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm taking the transmission apart. This thing is stuck. Stuck. No, I'm not going. What? Yeah. Yeah. That ain't coming. So, like I said, I'm trying stuff. Basically, I made the mistake. I thought I had the right parts here for the converter to try what I wanted to try, and I don't. So, got a hold of Pete from Circle D. Pete and I worked together for quite a few years back when he was at Hughes. Super great guy. You know, his knowledge is just vast with converters. And although I don't have a Circle D converter, you know, Pete and I have worked together on this particular combination. So, you know, he's super smart and gave me some pointers on what to try, being as I didn't have the right parts to properly do this. So we grinded away and we'll see how it goes this weekend. Not sure what to expect, but worst case, I can always put the other parts back in the converter and be the same as I was, I guess. But I'm trying new things, trying to get faster, obviously, trying to get better. And you're not going to do that if you stay still, stay stagnant. You're just going to be the same as you always were. So here we go. All right. Got the converter back in the transmission. Also, another change I'm going to try is this LET training fluid. We got it from Justin Heckman at Barron Racing, and I've heard great things about it. So we'll see. It's Pro ATF. It's blue. It's kind of weird, but gonna give that a shot. As you guys saw, that other training fluid I was using had been in there for long enough, and it was pretty burnt up, I'd say. So hopefully this stuff lasts a little bit longer and does pretty good. So gonna get the tranny back in there and probably call it a night. Better fast forward this one. Talk like a chipmunk. Is that kid screaming for me? Probably. All right, probably gonna be a lot of time lapses. Oh, probably pretty close. Probably gonna be a lot of time lapses in this, but gonna be done for tonight. I also have to work this weekend on Friday, so we're not gonna be able to make it to Small Tire Gangsters. As much as that race looks like a blast, I'd love to make it. Just living so far north from basically everyone, it makes it really tough to travel to these races that are 13 hours away or more, especially when I have to work on Friday. So we won't be there. There are some smaller races happening near me that I might go to just to try and test some things out before some bigger races coming up. But they really don't pay a whole lot, and it'd just be to go test, really. So yeah, that's the update. All right, guys, so I didn't video as much, but got the transmission back in, obviously. Converter all bolted up. Engine diaper back on, starter back in, the whole nine. Some of this stuff might be kind of boring to you guys, so I don't know. Like, leave me a comment below. Constructive criticism is good. So, is some of this stuff boring? Is it not? I mean, I'm not swapping motors every weekend or anything like that, so this is just routine maintenance. Obviously, the transmission thing isn't, but next I gotta change tires, check the valves, change spark plugs, nut and bolt check everything. Not a whole lot to do. So, I don't know. Let me know. So, maybe I'll time lapse this or put some music in the background. I don't know. So, we'll see. All right. We'll keep going. Get the car ready for racing. Overall, these radials, it was pretty fun. So we'll see in a month or so after all these no preps that I got planned. We'll see if we go out and do it again. Maybe we can improve, get that 399. I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of no preps, if you guys don't know, the no prep that I host at my local drag strip 10 minutes down the road is May 2nd and 3rd. Tons and tons of classes. If you guys don't know, there's an event page. I've been posting a little bit about it on the Beaterbomb page, so head over there and check it out. We have index classes from 650 all the way to 750, 850, and 950. And then 2 small tire classes, one Friday, one Saturday. The Friday one's gonna be like an 8-car bear shootout. I'm not sure if we'll have enough cars for that. But there is a limited small tire light is what I call it. class 28s, no boosted big blocks or Hemis on Friday. So a lot of classes for you guys to enter. Also on Saturday, we have what's called a puppies class. It's free entry with a small tire entry, and it is $4,000 to win, $4,000 payout. I usually split the classes 80-20, so. And then the small tire main event class on Saturday is $200 buy-in. Every round you win $100, and it goes up from there. If you win the semis, I think it's 500 or 1,000, and then the finals of, well, I forgot to tell you, there's 2 brackets. So if you lose first round, you don't go home. So there's a no prep elite bracket, which is the winner's bracket if you want a dumbed down version, and then the comeback kids bracket, which is the loser's bracket after first round. So the comeback kids, I call it that because you can come back and you'll race the winner of the main bracket and you could win the event. Now, granted, the money per round is not as large in the comeback kids bracket, but still a lot of money to win. Half your buy-in you could win if you win 1 round. 2 rounds, you could win your full buy-in back. So it's about 10 grand that we split up between all the rounds and stuff in that one small tire class. Like I said, there's a lot of info on the event page. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. Joey Heichel on Facebook, obviously, or the Beater Bomb page. So yeah, gonna get these tires swapped out and keep moving along. I kind of cheated and forgot you guys weren't recording. Swapping out the shocks back to the normal setup again. This is obviously what we ran with the radial setup. These are loose, but different pound spring and putting the air shocks back on. We didn't need the air shocks on the radial setup, so putting them back on. Bam! TV magic. So, got the 28s on there. Got the shocks changed over. Nut and bolt checked everything back here. Checked the brake pads, still good. And now we'll move up to the front and check the spark plugs, lifter, or the rockers and all that stuff. So got the handy dandy tools. Honestly, I think these plugs are brand new. Hold up. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So, I honestly think these spark plugs are still new. I'm gonna pull a couple out and check. At the radial race, I was pulling plugs every pass just to make sure everything was kosher. Down in Florida, the, ooh, they look, yeah, they're new, but yeah, they're probably okay. as I was saying, down in Florida, the DA was so much different than where we normally race, and the humidity and stuff like that. It doesn't hurt to make sure you're on top of the tune-up and stuff like that, especially when, you know, you're pushing things a little harder than normal or just whenever. It's good to know. So yeah, these are still brand new because the last pass I made, they had not very many cars left, and they didn't prep it before I went up there. If you guys remember, if you guys haven't seen that radial racing video, make sure you go check it out. So we're just gonna check the rockers then. And actually, I'm gonna plug the oil heater in so we're good to go. It takes a little while. So I can start this thing up and make sure the training fluid's filled up. Probably do a 2-step check. See what the changes I did made. You know what I'm saying? This is just routine maintenance. Just stuff you should be doing with a big block. You might even do this with an LS. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have stock rockers with my LS. Joking. Shoo! See, now that's what I'm talking about. That's what happens when you vacuum it. Just zero moisture in there. Zero. Battery on. So we can bump it over to check the rockers. Get my feeler gauges out. Remember, EOIC. When the exhaust is opening, you check the intake. When the intake is closing, check the exhaust. A little snug. Not bad. Not bad. Rack's still holding up. Nice job, Jordan. Nice job. Okay. you know, I think it's probably a good idea that we check the spring pressure. This tool is how you check spring pressure. Are you on? I forget already. Yeah, you are. So you pull on, I don't know how well you can see this, but you pull on the rocker and push on the valve spring, and then it measures how much pressure it takes to push on it. You go until the spring opens. Not terrible. Obviously, you want to do it on the ones that are not moving. The only bad thing is you can't check every one the way my turbo is set up, so you can only check some of them, but they're all pretty good there. Looking at my notes, they're about the same as what they were. Obviously, like I said in a previous video, I like to change them out 50-ish runs, and we're getting close to that. So probably here, 2 more events, early May, I'll be switching those out. It's preventative maintenance. The only bad thing is with big blocks is they got a lot of maintenance. You know, a lot of maintenance. Nearly everyone leaks oil, and they all require a lot of valve train maintenance. But Frankenstein went through these heads, freshened them all up this winter, and they've been good. They've been good. All the lash has been staying the same. So that's good. Just keep up on your maintenance. Okay. Other side. Boy, hopefully you can't hear that chainsaw outside. Somebody's just chopping trees down. Spotless again. Man, I tell you, proof's in the pudding. Data don't lie. The data don't lie. Everything looks pretty good with my eyeballs. Let's check the rockers again. Pretty good. Better than the other side, honestly. Give the valve springs a once look. Make sure none are broken. Usually when they break, there's a bunch of material in the bottom of the valve, or the head, so you'd see it right away. Nothing in there right now. So see, 5 minutes worth of time to long live, make big blocks live longer. I don't know what you want to call it. Pretty easy maintenance. And honestly, valve springs are only $400-500 bucks. Obviously that sounds like a lot, but when you're making this kind of power at this kind of level, that's really not that much. That is not that much. I've actually talked to 2 different people the last 2 days, high level racers too, that are having problems because of valve springs. And I tell them every time, yeah, you probably should change those at least every 100 runs. They didn't. They didn't. So, stuff's that simple. That simple. Probably leave those off. So now, just gotta wait for the oil to warm up and put some training fluid in. Start it up. You know what? YouTube would burn me at the stake if I didn't take this back off because I forgot to check the pressures. Here we go. Here we go. Don't want the old YouTube comments mad at me. You know, people be talking smack. Where's that chainsaw, man? See, this one is super close to the frame rail. Yeah, frame rails. Did you hear that? Frame rails on this rig. Not many people can say that in small tire anymore. But, I mean, honestly, they fit the rules, so I ain't complaining. Just sucks when you get beat by a back half car. Right? Looking good so far. Looking good. Ooh, that one's got a lot. Yeah, not bad. It's right. It's a little higher than the others, but it's pretty in line. Good. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Well, filling the training fluid up. Can't forget. Gotta grease the turbos. 1, 2. That's it. Literally that easy. For the added benefits of these things, 2. That's well worth it. I mean, extra oil pressure, you know, cooling of the oil, the turbos ain't heating up the oil, you name it. These things have been bulletproof. So, all right. Letting the oil warm up, and then we'll get it started. All right. Oil's warmed up enough. Now, in park, yes, my neutral safety switch works. Another thing to note, we have to purge the lockup circuit after tearing it all apart. Oh, no, no. Spill punch.
Oh, it's smoking here. How's it running?
Good, just checking the training fluid.
And I can tell. You just
Smoky.
ran.
Yeah, not much wind today.
I know. I can't do kites.
Well, it's not blowing all the methanol back.
Well, yeah. What about your fan? What's your fan on?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's not winning the kites or the methanol.
I need spill this time.
How's your Burger King?
Good?
Good.
The only bad thing, once it gets filled up, close, it gets up on the ditch really fast, so you gotta be careful not to overfill it. Probably all that fluid I drained all the way out of the converter. You can tell the converter is probably a little higher because the idle isn't good. Sure it's not falling out somewhere. Better check. You guys see if it's leaking? No? Just the stuff that I spilled. smoky out there?
No. Not that smoky in here either. To me.
Good. This is gonna turn on the lockup. Quite a process, I know. Move you around. How does it look? Ooh. Okay. It's gonna be loud. Go back outside. So that's good. All right, get the vacuum on it and that's it. All right, so downloaded the log. Seconds are down here, as you can see. The current is this not dotted line. So much tighter, much tighter. It looks to be about 1 second. Before I spooled in about 2.2, it looks like. Now it's about 3.2. So 1 second difference. we'll see what that translates to the racetrack. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, like, why keep changing stuff? Well, you ain't getting faster if you don't try stuff.